Sorti l'été dernier chez nous, New Art Academy est un logiciel sur 3DS qui initie les joueurs aux joies du dessin à coups de techniques, d'outils et de leçons prodiguées par de grands noms du milieu comme Zeb par exemple, qui nous apprenait à dessiner Titeuf en janvier dernier. Le jeu proposera d'ici quelques mois une nouvelle leçon qui mettra en avant les pin-up et le collectif américain Girls Drawing Girls, un regroupement d'artistes féminines avec à sa tête Melody Severns, à qui nous avons pu poser quelques questions à l'occasion de l'expo qui se tient en ce moment même à la Galerie Art Ludique à Paris, à commencer par la nature de son collectif.
Yes, to join you do have to be a girl. So that's part of the organization. It's a group of women artists and we draw pin-up art. It's a way to showcase femininity and sexuality from a woman's point of view, because pinups have been drawn by men most of the time, primarily. So yes, you do have to be a girl, so I'm sorry if you wanted to join. The thing is that it's not just for people who are sexually attracted to women to look at, because it's also about embracing the femininity and sexuality that comes within from just the amazingly talented women artists that we have in the group. So I think that, women, it doesn't really matter what your sexuality is. You could look at this and find, kind of some sort of uplifting power in it, because you could see the personality in each piece of art. And I think that it's kind of, time for us to embrace that side of ourselves and not be ashamed about it, and that's part of what, the message is all about.
Si Nintendo a fait appel au talent de Melody et de son collectif, ce n'est pas vraiment un hasard. L'artiste cultive en effet un amour particulier pour les jeux vidéo et a déjà travaillé à plusieurs reprises dans des univers qui nous intéressent.
I love video games. I love horror video games. I love scary video games like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, anything where you could turn off the lights and play the game and get scared. I love those games. I love adventure games. I love stuff that brings me back to childhood, like old Nintendo games, And yes, I worked on The Simpsons. I worked on the Vader project, where I painted one of the Darth Vader helmets with my friend Ann Walker and Debbie Bruce. We called it Carmen Mirandarth, where we made the Vader helmet look like Carmen Miranda. And we sell at comic conventions all the time, and we are at San Diego Comic-Con every single year. And I have to say, I've read comics. I have my favorite comic book artists. I have my favorite geeky TV shows that I love, like Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. I get excited every time a new episode comes on, and so yeah, I guess you could say I am very much a part of that. Love Lord of the Rings. I make comparisons about Lord of the Rings to things in life all the time. So yeah, I think that there's this new kind of geek pride that we have now, where it's okay to like these things, it's okay.
Reste à savoir ce que pense Mélodie des possibilités offertes par ce logiciel.
There's a couple of things in the lesson. You'll be able to learn how to draw Gigi, who is the mascot for Girls Drawing Girls, and you also get to learn how to draw pinups from an animation perspective, because animators kind of have a different approach to drawing than fine artists do. So if you're into animation, which a lot of people who are into geek culture are, you get to kind of have a sense of how animators do their job. I think it absolutely could be a learning tool. A lot of the lessons that are on the Nintendo 3DS Art Academy system are built for, if you've never drawn anything before in your life, you could take a lesson in Art Academy and have a beautiful piece of art if you just follow along in the lesson. It teaches you step-by-step basics, so you could get a good understanding of how painters do stuff, and it kind of breaks it down so it looks like it's a lot easier than what you might think. So it's a wonderful learning tool, and it's a great sketch pad too. I think what's really neat about it is it could be a whole sketchbook in just this little tiny device. You could bring it around with you to different areas if you wanted to go outside and sketch, and you don't have to bring a whole bunch of pastels or a whole bunch of paints or a whole bunch of pencils with you, because it's all there. If you wanted to make something that looks like a painting, all of your sets of paints are in that program. If you wanted to do something that looks like a colored pencil drawing, all of the pencils are there. So you don't have to bring a sketchbook and pencils and watercolors and pack it all in a backpack. It's just right there, and you could put it in your purse if you're a girl, or If you carry your backpack, you could just carry it with you and you have this art studio just in the palm of your hand. It's a great tool for that.
On prendra évidemment le recul nécessaire lié à la dimension promotionnelle de cette entrevue, mais on apprécie tout de même l'initiative et on attend de pouvoir dessiner la petite Gigi à l'occasion de la leçon de mélodie prévue pour septembre prochain.